Hey guys, so I'm back with another video, and today is not a set investment video, it's a minifigure investment video. As always, this is not investment advice, this is just my opinion on some interesting minifigures and figures that I like and think have potential to sell well. Yeah, without further ado, let's get started. The first figure I'd like to talk about is the Bail Organa or 1037 figure. It currently sells for $90, and as you know, it originally came in only the 1024 back in 2019. He's already quite expensive considering being such a recent minifigure, and the set has only been retired for 2 years and is already up at almost $100. He's the only iteration of Bail Organa, despite him featuring quite prominently in the prequel trilogy and in Clone Wars. Considering the fact that he's very expensive, he came in only a $200 set behind a huge paywall for many people. I can see why he's so expensive, and he will only continue to climb if you ask me in price. We probably will get another version of him, not with the olive cape and torso if you ask me. I think he will come in another color combination. I think we will get him in a set again, just not in this color. So I think this is a solid pickup. I think this is a one-off color for him. And I think it's a very rare minifigure that will only get more expensive as time goes on. The second figure I would like to talk about is the figure 7413 or Darth Malgus that costs a whopping $150 in a new condition. He's a very cool character, one of my personal favorites, and that came in only one set back in 2012, being the Fury class Sith Interceptor. The set originally retailed for $90 and was one of the very few sets from the Old Republic theme. I think the set, the chance we get Malgus again is basically zero, since, you know, he's a very unique figure. They haven't shown any interest in the theme of the Old Republic since back in 2014 when they released the Darth Revan polybag. But he will continue to stay relevant, Darth Malgus, since he's one of the most heavily featured characters in the video game Star Wars The Old Republic. I recommend picking him up as soon as you can if you want him. I don't see any reason why you should dip in price. He's a super cool character, super unique. I think his shoulder piece is actually unique. I could be wrong on that one, correct me if I'm wrong. But I only see him going up in price, so if you want him, pick him up. I recently picked up two myself for $90 a piece. I'm very happy with my pickup. I think you should pick him up as soon as you can. He will only continue to climb. The next figure, guys, is the figure 0314 or the Phase 1 Captain Rex, costing almost $100 in new condition. It's another fan favorite character that only came in one set, being the Battle for Geonosis set back in 2010, meaning he hasn't been produced for almost 12 years. Rex is always a fan favorite character. He will probably keep going up even if they make a new Phase 1 Rex, which I highly doubt they will. Since it's rumored they will release a Phase 2 Rex coming 2023. I don't think that will affect the price of his Phase 1 figure, since it's a different figure and aesthetic. I still think the old one will continue to climb since it's so rare to have in a new condition. I would pick one up as soon as you can. There's no factor speaking for this figure dipping in price anytime soon. I would pick him up as soon as you can if you want him. Figure 4 is the 1097 figure, or this 332nd Ahsoka helmet clone, costing $18 in new condition. It's a super popular figure, featured in the last season of the Clone Wars, or a part of the last season. Yeah, it's a very popular character for Clone Wars fans. Unfortunately, it's a very hard figure to build like a reasonable amount of, since it only came in a $40 set by a quantity of 1, meaning that the figure was never cheap to get a hold of, and why it always had quite a high price. And since the set is retiring by the end of 2022, I would highly recommend picking this up now, before the set retires and the figure starts to go up in price a lot in new condition. I have a hard time seeing this being produced again, since, they only featured in a small fraction of the last season of the Clone Wars. I would love to see this figure again in a set. I sadly don't think we will get it, since, it featured so little in the last season. That's why I think it's a solid pickup now. It will most likely only continue to go up in price, and that's why I think you should pick it up now. Figure 5 is the 0416 figure, being previously costing $200 in a new condition. A super cool and sought after minifigure, also depicted in the Clone Wars. Another one set exclusive figure as well, and also a personal favorite of mine. The iconic shoulder cape is awesome in my opinion, and seeing it has been almost a decade since this figure was produced, I have a hard time seeing him being remade, especially in this iteration of him. They just retired the other Mandalorian Starfighter following the one he came in. I have a hard time seeing them making another Mandalorian Starfighter anytime soon, or a set including Previsla. I can't guarantee they won't make another Previsla, but if they do, I have a hard time seeing him being exactly like this, and therefore I also think even if they remake him, this new condition old one will also retain its high price. because of its exclusivity, and that's why I think it's a very solid pickup despite the price tag. And to round off the video, I would like to say thank you to all the viewers of the last video. I got 60 views on my first video by the making of this video, which is I'm very happy with. Thank you to all the nice comments as well. I got actually quite a few, which I'm very happy with. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. It means a lot. Please check out my Bricklink store, my Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.